Hello and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 7-day-a-week, 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 257 of our trek, and yesterday we finished our time at camp after exploring the nuggets of wisdom found in Proverbs chapters 7 through 9. These 3 chapters are considered the great poems of King Solomon. If you miss any of our Wisdom Trek episodes, please go to wisdom-trek.com to listen to them and to read the daily journal. We are recording our podcast from our studios at Home 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina. As mentioned previously, we will be in Arizona for about 4 days, so I'm recording some additional podcasts ahead of time while we are away. These days may be somewhat shorter, as we will take quick daily treks on our short trails. So let's head out for today on our first hike in several days as we look at what it really means to be successful. When we think of success, for most of us, we gravitate toward being successful financially. But this is just one of the areas of success. Now, the primary reason that we may choose to pursue financial success is to have the resources so we can have a greater impact on the lives of others. Success must cover all 7 areas of our wheel of life, which are spiritual, family, physical, mind, personal, financial, and careers. Success should be balanced as much as possible over all these 7 areas. As we head up the trail, let me ask you this question. What does it mean to you to be successful? Let's start looking for an answer by reading 2 Kings chapter 18, verses 5 through 7. Hezekiah trusted the Lord, the God of Israel. There was no one like him among all the kings of Judah, either before him or after his time. He remained faithful to the Lord in everything. He carefully obeyed all the commands the Lord had given Moses. So the Lord was with him, and Hezekiah was successful in everything he did. Success for most of us usually brings to mind financial success or being number one. Others would define success by the bumper sticker. He who dies with the most toys wins. Some like to think of success as being busy, on the go, racing from one appointment to another, having too much to do with too little time to do it. I certainly fall into this trap at times. And the problem with these definitions of success is they exact a high cost from us. The Executive Digest also has noted, the trouble with success is the formula is the same for the one for nervous breakdown. If we think of this, that's pretty sobering, uncomfortable, and too often it is true. Maybe the definition of success that you are familiar with is not the correct one. I would encourage you to reassess your definition of success before it is too late. Now I propose that we have a new look at the word success as we spell it out. The first S would be for service. There's no such thing as success without service. The secret of success lies in meeting the needs of others, and when we are meeting people's needs, we will discover fulfillment. The U in success is for understanding contentment. Let's not measure success about how much we own or how much money that we have, but the sense of inner contentment that we have. Real success is always internal and never external. As the Apostle Paul wrote in Philippians chapter 4, verse 11, "Not that I was ever in need, for I have learned how to be content with whatever I have." The first C in success is character. Character is of greater value than how much money or status that we have. A man's best test of character is revealed in how he treats people around him. So measure your success not by your possession and achievements. Measure success by the quality of your character and conduct. The second C in success is compassion. What really matters is not money, power, and ego, but the issues of the heart, such as compassion, kindness, bravery, generosity, and love. Do you love people more than things? Luke chapter 6 verse 36 puts it this way, "You must be compassionate, just as your Father is compassionate." The E in success is for excellence. Excellent is not being the best, but being your best. The next S in success is significance. We see a growing number of people yearn for significance more than success. Significance comes in giving ourselves to something that is greater than us, that will outlast us. Think about it this way, to leave a living legacy each day. And the final S in success is sacrifice. A problem in our society is that we are spending our entire lives looking for something worth living for. But would it be better if we found something worth dying for? Once again, Paul wrote in his letter to the church at Rome in chapter 12, verse 1, "And so, dear brothers and sisters, I plead that you give your bodies to God because of all that He has done for you. Let them be a living and holy sacrifice, the kind He will find acceptable. This is truly the way to worship Him." Success under these guidelines will bring you into harmonies with God's guidance. Let me ask you one additional question. How do you spell success? Let us make sure that we are successful in all 7 areas of our wheel of life. Tomorrow we will be back on the trails as we explore another short story. So encourage your family and friends to join us and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. That will finish our podcast for today. As you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, I encourage you to help us promote Wisdom Trek in the following 4 ways. First, leave us feedback about the podcast at wisdom-trek.com so that we can continually improve. Second, on your smartphone, subscribe to iTunes, Google Play, Spreaker, SoundCloud, or Stitcher so that the podcast will be downloaded to you automatically each day. Third, on your computer, or if you have an iPhone or iPad, leave us a rating and review on iTunes. This will help to spread the word about Wisdom Trek so others can join us. And four, most importantly, please share Wisdom Trek with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person, and invite them to come along with us each day. The journal for today's trek can be found at wisdom-trek.com. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I do consider you my friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. As we take this trek together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.